we follow quite a bit, and just being super consistent with, our client needs assessment. We have our flow chart, which is essentially, I mean, just think of it as the structure of our appointment. And it's not just, hey, it can be in front of you and, you can do it that way. But what I found is the more consistent you are with it and the more that you practice those things, the easier it becomes to follow those, and the easier it becomes for you, and the more confident you are with it. And then, so that's a big key, practicing those things. And then really just the simplicity of the appointment flow, and just working on different little, I'll say it's not complicated, but just like the different intricacies of the appointment flow, and just really working on those and keeping the appointment process as simple as possible. And then, of course, a big thing is just the confidence in what you're doing, and whether it's going through the CNA, and then really when it comes to your actual recommendation, just being confident in your process, what's being offered, and going from there. So it's been really fun going through that, almost, actually definitely daily with multiple different people. So
confidence and clarity. Love it. Chris Hunt in the house. First time he's on the live stream. If you haven't met Chris before, he is our director of business development, and he really is the connector of everything. And Chris, in your words, you work with all of our partners, so you are the liaison between us and our partners. What are your main responsibilities? What's your day to day look like, and what are you doing most of the time?
Yeah, so got in the office about 6:30, so an hour before Travis, which is pretty normal. But now, really heavy on the contracting side, obviously making sure we're getting guys from A to B as smoothly as possible and as streamlined so they're up and riding. But from a high level, I'm really support for all of our downline externals, whether that be product placement, portal training, any and everything they need. I'm their go-to guy. So, obviously extremely busy right now, but that's what I'm here for. Really high level of support, trying to find inefficiencies in certain agents day to day, and put in the processes in place to make sure that they have to worry about kind of one thing, and that's just selling. That's the big goal, right? To make sure they stick to what they're good at and not wasting time with things that they can outsource, or they can put something in place to make sure that most of their time is efficient and they're doing what they do best, which is obviously selling.
Yeah, and that's the main thing right there, is putting somebody in place in your organization that takes care of everything that doesn't make you revenue. So Chris is really good at creating efficiencies and obviously getting people ready to sell and doing high level business strategy. Chris, tell us about your past. So you just left the corporate world after 13 years in corporate. What were you doing in the corporate world, and what skills did you develop there that translate over to what you're doing now?
Yeah, so I held a few different positions in different companies, but most recently worked for one of the biggest healthcare companies in the world. And held, I was a financial trader on the commodity side, so very analytical, very process driven. And then went a little more into kind of really what I discussed was I was tasked with finding inefficiencies in the workplace and our employees, and implementing tasks or procedures to make sure we were more streamlined, so our employees were really spending most of their time doing what they were best at. And I spent about 13 years really in process implementation, which is why I came over to GHW. I didn't want to leave that behind. I want to make sure I brought all of that kind of experience with me and really find value when I'm talking into our internal team as well, but also external, to see where can I find value or value add is needed, and make sure, like I said, that they're hiring when they're ready to hire, or they're getting their VAs in check, just making sure that they're in check, that they're spending most of their time doing tasks and doing things that they're best at, which is obviously the selling side. So easy, it's not an easy translation to come over to GHW, but it's a side of what I've had experience-wise that I don't want to lose. I really think I can come in and make an impact, especially on the external and the internal side, to help them get these inefficiencies recognized and some procedures put in place.
Love it. And fun fact, Chris is from England. So as we get to know Chris, as the audience gets to know Chris, he's a U.S. citizen now, but he came from across the pond, and we are so happy to have him. Love it. And I just can't, I think of it from an agency owner perspective. Like, when I'm moving contracts or I'm making changes in my organization, I hate dealing with paperwork. I hate dealing with contracts. I hate dealing with things that don't make me money. And that's what Chris really solves, is that gap more than anything. So I think that's one of the most important positions we have in our company. And really what Chris, Emily, Travis are really fill the gaps on a lot of areas that I'm weak in. And that's what makes up a great leadership team, is surrounding people with the areas that they can do things better than you do. Emily, rounding out the leadership team today. What do you got shaking this week? What are you working on, and what's going on in the world, Emily?
Yeah, so we just coming off an awesome event in Destin, and our branding call is today. So I'm excited. I did a fun branding presentation down in Destin just to highlight some of the things that we have been focused on in Q1 for both CoachG and Grooming Health and Wealth. And so excited to meet with a series of, or anybody that pops on. And I know I've had a few people reach out to me separately as well. So I know they're excited to connect. So hopefully we'll see a good amount of people on the call. And so doing that this morning, and then we are, as I mentioned, down in Destin, we're continuing to focus on enhancing the user experience within CoachG and the consumer experience within Grooming Health and Wealth. So doing a lot on kind of the marketing and branding side for just making sure that those that join have a really seamless onboarding experience. I mean, I obviously have the opportunity to meet with everybody, but just giving them all the information they need from the onset. So having some fun doing that with Ashton, who's part of my team. And yeah, it's been a good week so far. It's only Tuesday.
Only Tuesday. We got the halftime report coming out tomorrow. Comes out every Wednesday. All you got to do is go to coachghuddle.com and then sign up for it. Super easy, and you'll get a weekly training. You'll get a weekly case study. You'll see what's going on within the CoachG side of things, and it's a super cool way to get plugged in. And then you also, what's the beginning of the week? What's the Monday report? What do you call that?
Oh, our weekly kickoff.
Our weekly kickoff for our internal participants.
In the platform.
Yeah, which is really cool. But I'm up here at Medicare U, so just got done here. I mean, we just moved in yesterday, and we're still bringing in a few more cubes, but we got 3 office suites up there. So there's mine. Just got a desk and a chair in there. That's all you need, is a chip and a chair to get going. And believe it or not, Chris is right here. He's got the window. So you can see Chris right here on the other side. There he is. Right there, to the window, to the wall. And then we got Michael and Alyssa down here. So we run down the catwalk here. There we go. We got Alyssa. She doesn't even know. She's over here cranking calls. Look at that. She got a great booth over here. You on the phone, Alyssa?
My what?
You on the phone? No?
Yeah, well, it's checking a voicemail.
Yep. Just what's going on today? What are you working on this week?
Business.
Business? Making them dollars, that FYC through the roof. We got Michael over here. Michael, first day. What are we working on over here, Michael?
Trying to wrap one up.
Are you on the phone right now? Okay, I should probably leave. Michael's making a sale, but this is what we do here at Medicare U. We close. He's going to get coffee after this because coffee's for closers. Trav, what do you got shaking over there in the Springfield office? Let's see what's going on over there.
Yeah, we got our. I wish I could flip my camera around, but we got our seminar table all set up and looking pretty right there. So got all of our. I want to show you guys the newspaper we always leave out here. Super cool. Super cool. Can you guys see that? Okay.
Oh yeah.
Understand it? Oh yeah. It's always out. First thing they see when they come in. It's beautiful. Let's go see Devin. I know you're going to have some questions for Devin.
Yeah.
Super excited. Devin,
Yeah.
what's going on, man?
Trav's walking into Devin's office. Devin's been with us for just about 2 months now. And Devin learned last week how to sell cancer, heart attack, and stroke, and realized he didn't need to sell a Medicare policy in order to do that. So, Devin, how many cancer, heart attack, and stroke policies did you write in the last 7 days or so?
Maybe like 12.
12, yeah. No big deal. No big deal at all. And then you wrote your first Umbrella 3 last week. Yeah, last Monday as well. And we just did a call review on that yesterday during the huddle. And the main thing that stuck out to me is that you didn't overcomplicate it. You literally just followed a process. And I think the most important thing that I noticed when we did that call recording in front of 80 people, we did that call recording, is that you asked the questions and then you listened. You did way more listening than you did talking. And I think that was the big gap that a lot of people are missing in Medicare sales. Is everybody wants to overprove their knowledge rather than just ask questions, listen to the answers, and make confident recommendations. What did you learn in the last 7 days of writing close to 15 apps as a brand new agent?
I learned to just ask the questions, and if and really just see what they say. That's really about it.
So a lot of people, I hear a lot of people all the time that say all you need to do is ask the questions. Do you think that's true, or do you think it's more of a process in terms of how you ask the questions, how you respond to those answers? Do you think it's let me just ask it more simple. Do you think all you need to do is ask the questions, or do you think there's a specific process that you need to follow?
Yeah, 100%. You lay out the process like we're supposed to follow. Um, so I mean, each question is going to be valuable, but in the manner that you ask those questions, in the order that you ask those questions, I think that's very important as well.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was looking for there is I really believe it's not just ask the questions. There's a very specific process and the order you lay those out, how you respond to those, how you embed those, then ultimately how you make the recommendation. The other thing I noticed in that call is you said my formal recommendation is, and it's just like that just grabbed everybody on the call. It's like, here it comes, right? Here comes Devin's formal recommendation. I need to listen up. So how important do you think it is to a new agent or an established agent of just making a confident and clear recommendation?
I think it's very important because I mean they're coming to you. You're the expert. They're waiting for you to make that formal recommendation. They want your advice, and um, they want to see what the best plan of action is going to be for them moving forward. They're not looking. I mean, just like you, the agent, they're looking to get something out of that call.
Beautiful. Well, you got 2 apps this week. What else you got shaking this week? Do you feel like you got a few more coming on the board?
You got 3.
You got
Yeah, I
three. You
got.
got 3 on the board. Okay, I'm sorry. You got 3 on the board. Do you feel what's the prediction for the week? What do you think is going to happen Tuesday to Friday here?
I need a minimum of 10.
Minimum of 10.
That's my
Okay.
goal every week.
Gotcha. 10 a week will keep the lights on. That's for damn sure. Well,
Hmm.
great to see you. Any words of wisdom, any advice for anybody out there watching this week?
Listen to you.
There we go. Hey, that'll solve all problems, Devin. You got to figure it out. Love it. Love it. Trav, we got anybody else over there in Springfield?
You're the man. Yeah. Really quick with Devin, though. So, one of my favorite parts about a new agent is Devin, we'll listen to the calls, obviously. And then it's like, as soon as a call finishes up, he's like, hey, gives me a call. This is what I said. This is what they said. What do I do? It's like, here's what you say. Here's what you do. He goes back to his next appointment and he just does it. And then it's like, it's such a beautiful thing. And then just seeing him do that right now it's really fun and really exciting. So what do we got shaking here? Let's check in on Nick, see what he's got going on.
What's going on?
You on the phone?
No, I'm not.
All right.
No, I'm not.
Say hello to Nick.
What's going on, everybody?
Nick Stevens in the house. Travis is going on a bachelor party this week. Nick's getting married next month. First, Nick, let's talk about you're on the final countdown here. How we feeling about getting married in less than a month? We feeling
We
good?
feel absolutely fantastic, to be honest. I
Yeah.
cannot wait. Couple more conference calls, a couple more things to finalize, but for being a few weeks away still, we're in a really good spot. So I can't wait. I also went to Scottsdale for my bachelor party like Travis did. So
Okay. Love it. Love it. Well, you just got back from Destin around a lot of powerful producers, had a lot of great presentations. What's one of the main takeaways you took away from being around a lot of other producers over the last few days?
I think really the biggest thing is just the reassurance of how streamlined our process really is. It was my first experience being with a lot of the external guys on the CoachG side. So hearing the testimonials from them about how efficiently we do things was really, really cool to hear as one of our newer guys on the team. So hearing everyone just speak very highly of our processes and our agents and our admins and everything was really cool.
Beautiful. And you've written several Umbrella threes, and you've been with us for about 6 months now, right?
Yep.
Maybe 6 or 7 months. Okay, so obviously you've been through the process, and you've been able to create a real high level first year commission. Now you're focused more on volume. So what do you think? What do you think is going to get you from just, hey, writing an umbrella 3 here and there to really consistently getting yourself over that 10 app a week, 15 app a week mark? Where do you think is going to get you there?
I think the biggest thing is going to be refining the way I speak on the phone. I'm definitely someone who's an over explainer. I really like the adage that you say when you post, you become the expert when you speak quickly and then shut up,
Shut up.
more or
Yep.
less. So that's something that I have really, really been working on the last couple weeks, and had a call this morning, and I feel like I kind of took it in stride, and we have her scheduled for tomorrow afternoon to kind of get everything wrapped up. So for me, it's always going to be continuing to refine how concise can I be on the phone and as little words as possible.
Yeah. I mean, you got a lot to say. I spent 5 days with you, and it was a beautiful 5 days. But I'm telling you what, you are detailed. And you know why? Because you come from the world of golf. That is a very detailed sport, and minor tweaks can make a major difference. And your past is always a reflection of your future, in my opinion. So just understanding that people don't want to know as much about Medicare as they do golf would probably is the main difference more than anything. But you're crushing it. I can't wait to see your growth. What's the rest of your week looking like? What do you think? Give me a prediction from Monday to Friday. How many apps we putting on the board this week?
Let's see. So we'll have, 1, 2, 3, 4. We're gonna say between 6 to 8
There we
minimum.
go.
I'm gonna
Okay.
say for I don't want to use the word layups because that's gotten me in trouble in weeks
Yep.
past, unfortunately. But we're in a really, really good spot to be looking at between 6 to 8 right now.
Yeah. We got some stuff in the hopper. Love it.
Mhm.
Well, great to see you, Nick. We'll check back in next week or two, and I can't wait to see if the 6 or 8 come to fruition next week.
Awesome, awesome, awesome. Good to see you guys.
Beautiful.
Well, we are at the 20-minute mark. Let's go around here. Final thoughts. Chris, we'll start with you. Final thoughts for the week. What are we working on? What are your final thoughts?
Trying to get some last folks wrapped up, get some contracts out, got a bunch of meetings for portal trainings to get done, and just get some of these guys, going.
Yep. Love it. Emily, final thoughts?
Always be working on your fit check. That's my final thought.
You froze up on me there. What happened to my stream? Do you guys leave me?
I'm here.
Okay.
And
Travis, final
we're
thoughts.
here.
And do it again.
Good. Am I up or is Emily up?
Final thoughts, Trav.
Final thoughts. Well, I'm here. First off, go Big Blue. Second off, just super. I can't say it enough. Pros train every day. Training isn't something you did; it's something you do. And let's freaking kill it. Let's win together.
Love it. Love it. My final thoughts, 3 ways to work with us. You can come into our internal side. That's a very specific process. We're looking for very specific people there, and you have to be local. So if you are in the Springfield, Illinois area, in the Nashville, Tennessee, Dixon, Tennessee area, and you're looking for a change, looking for a different vehicle, would love to speak with you. If you're in the insurance industry, specializing in Medicare and retirement, we have the CoachG platform designed for anybody, anywhere. We have people from coast to coast, and we teach agencies how to optimize, amplify, and scale, and really go to the next level within your agency. And then if you're looking for contracts, support, all those different things, we have that entry point as well. So would love to work with you. Would love to talk with you. Reach out if you need anything. We'll see you next week. Thank you, guys. Great job, team. We'll talk in a bit. Take care.
Let's go.